Hey guys, so this week's topic is gender dysphoria slash body dysphoria, and I guess I'll start off by talking about what my experience has been with that. I don't have as much as a lot of trans people who I've seen personal accounts from on Tumblr and LiveJournal and things like that, though I will say if you don't have as much dysphoria, you're probably not likely to, write a post about your experience with it because you don't really have any reason to talk about it. So my feelings might be a little bit more typical than it seems, but like I said, from what I've seen, I seem to have a lot less than a lot of other guys. So when it comes to my chest, I'm pretty typically dysphoric, though I will say that there are a lot of guys who I know are incredibly severely dysphoric. They don't want to take off their binder when they're showering or sleeping or anything like that. I've been incredibly lucky in that that's not the case for me. But I definitely do want surgery. I had a dream recently that I had surgery, and when I woke up and realized it was just a dream, I was super pissed off. So that's definitely something that I want in the future. And sometimes I do get a little dysphoric. My dysphoria is mostly based in how others view me, not in how I view myself. So if that's the case for you, then for one, just be aware that you are hyper aware of what you look like, and other people aren't nearly as aware. They're not paying nearly as much attention. And for example, like if you look down and you feel like you don't look flat enough, know that other people aren't seeing you from that angle. And from the angle that other people are seeing you from, you probably look a lot flatter. That's a good thing to keep in mind if your dysphoria comes from how other people are viewing you. I don't really have a lot of dysphoria personally about my chest as far as, just my own relationship with it. I can sit around shirtless without a binder on and be comfortable. But I do get dysphoric as far as how other people are viewing me. So when it comes to other dysphoria below the belt, I don't have nearly as much. I'm not sure if I want surgery. Though I do appreciate the growth that I've gotten from T, but it was less having dysphoria, going on T, and feeling better, and more that I didn't really know how much I wanted that growth until after I got it and appreciated it so much. But it does feel more comfortable. It feels more me. I do get dysphoria during Shark Week, but not as much as a lot of guys, and it's usually pretty easily solvable. I just kind of talk to people who I'm close to, who I know see me as me, and maybe to a certain extent fish for compliments a little bit. And there's absolutely no shame in that because dysphoria can be horrible. And so if you have to, fish for compliments to make yourself feel better, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Go for it. Because it's kind of like your only other option is to be like, I'm feeling really dysphoric, so I just need you to say to me that you see me as a man. And that's really awkward. So it's easier to just kind of fish for compliments. And so I usually do that a lot from my boyfriend. And I think he's okay with it. He understands, if that's what it takes to make me not feel terrible, he will gladly do that. But, I think a big thing is just knowing that you're worth taking care of and that it's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to not be comfortable with certain things. If somebody else is asking you to do something that makes you dysphoric, don't feel bad telling them that you don't want to do it, because I think a lot of people, when they don't understand dysphoria, they'll feel like, you're trying to make them feel bad, or like you're just trying to be a buzzkill, or, you're no fun. But I think if you don't understand how bad dysphoria can be, then, you have no right telling somebody that they should ignore those feelings, because those feelings for a lot of people are completely unignorable. And so just know that, you're worth setting those boundaries for. I think a lot of people are uncomfortable with the idea of taking care of themselves and of being worth taking care of, because I think as trans people, a lot, we're told that our feelings aren't legitimate. We're told we have to kind of justify them or explain them, and I don't think that's the case. So I think that happens with dysphoria too, that people don't get it, people don't think it's real, people think we've got to be exaggerating because they don't know what it feels like themselves, and they can't fathom feeling that way. But just know that people don't have to understand it, they just have to be respectful, and it's okay to ask that of people. So just love yourself. I won't say love your body, because I know that comes up every now and then in the trans community, and people get really upset, and understandably so, because we hear that from outside our community, from cis people. Why wouldn't you just love yourself? Just love your body, it's how you were made. And it's incredibly transphobic coming from them, so it's not really that different even when it comes from within our own community. I don't even know that I could say that I love my body, and I'm not nearly as dysphoric as some other trans people. So you don't have to love your body, but try and love yourself, and try and know that you're worth taking care of, and you're worth setting boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. And so hopefully that's been helpful. It's kind of hard for me to give advice about dysphoria since I don't deal with it as much myself, but hopefully that's given you some stuff to think about, and any of you that deal with more severe dysphoria, I hope that's been helpful. And I guess I will talk to you guys next week. See ya.